Being good as a girl or as a lady is based on your character, your distinctive character.
The good girls that have not found a good man, they are the ones that are wrong.
Being good is not all that it takes to find the right man.
I advise young girls to build, not to enjoy expenses.
In discovering or attracting the right kind of man, you need to have discovered yourself as a woman and know how to position yourself to attract that man.
97% of men don't want a woman that has willpower. They want a weak woman who has no decision so that they can deal with you and you swallow it.
Technically, they do not want opinionated women.
No, they want a woman without psychic.
That is very weird. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to today's episode on Hornet Insight Podcasts. I'm your favorite baby girl, Faye Vibes. And on today's topic, we are going to be talking about something hot and very, very interesting, especially if you're a good girl. Because, good girls these days, we've done everything. We've gone to church, depending on what you see as good girls, what you perceive as being a good girl. You dress modest, you're churchy, you speak in tongues, rabados. You do all those and you still don't find good husbands. And you're still not married. So today we are talking about this topic, and please lend us your voice because we want to also know, how does this make you feel? But on today's set, we have Reverend Green.
Thank you.
We also have our psychologist, Mr. Ariel.
Thank you.
And evangelist Osita Joe. So guys, on today's topic, if you have something that has been bothering you as a good girl, as a 1,000 yards wife material,
Sure.
and up to today, you never marry my sister. Me too, I ask that questions because I see some of those girls that are perceived to be good girls, and up to date, they really want to get married, but they haven't. So we want to ask the men today, waiting they play. Let's start from our psychologists. What do you think? What do you perceive as being a wife material, a good girl, 1,000 yards, a million yards wife material?
I'm sure that most of the listeners that will be listening right now will not expect what I'm going to say. But what makes you a good girl is not because you're churchy or because you can cook, clean, sweep, and take care of kids. Those things I call them skills. And your social involvement religiously. It doesn't define you as a good person. And I used to tell people that, yeah, in this context of being a good girl, there are things that necessarily makes you a good girl that passes the check, which means that you understand what is life in itself, what is good and bad, and choosing to do the right thing. That's what makes you a good girl. Because people think that being good is being naive, being without knowledge, just being that kind of naive and timid. That's what good girl is. Good, that in itself means that you're just fertile. So if anything, if the right thing comes to you, it grows. If the wrong thing comes to you, it grows. So what makes you actually a good person is that you know this and that and you choose to do the right thing. That's actually what makes you a good person. You're equipped enough to navigate through the process of being good and remaining good. That's what passes you from being good. Yeah.
All right. What do you think, evangelist?
Okay, thank you. Being good as a girl or as a lady is based on your character, your distinctive character, putting it in a place that what you are made of. Not actually, maybe you can speak in tongue or you belong to the department in a church or you're too religious that people see you, but your dressing doesn't classify you as a good girl.
Okay.
What classifies you as a good girl is your personality,
Your substance.
who you are, who you are,
Such as?
your character, such as the way you address people, the way you are groomed in your home, the express image of your beauty, both in and out,
Okay.
is what we can say that this person is a good girl, both
Okay.
in your mode of dressing and every
Okay.
other thing.
So, Reverend, do you agree with these terms?
Sometimes what's good to cure is not good to pee.
Mm-hmm.
So we have different ways of perceptions and the ways we. So this person may be good for someone in the church, but it's not good for someone who is outside the church. And this person's goodness may have been affected by the environment where the person is or works. So I think everybody is good at something, but nobody is good at everything. That's just my,
Putting it in the aspect of
they never find.
good girls and not finding good marriages
Okay.
and good men.
I will first of all start. I have three things to say. Number one is the good girls that have not found a good man, they are the ones that are wrong. The reason is because the Bible said he that finds a wife. The Bible never said she that finds a husband. So when a woman is looking for a husband, that's desperation. She's wrong. She shouldn't find.
So how
She
come
should be
the
the one
men have
found.
not been able to find? Is it that the
Good.
men are the ones that?
I advise young girls to build,
Okay.
not to enjoy expenses. I believe men are looking out for women who are built, not financially, who are ready for what they want to do, not those who want to do it because others want to do. And most of the times, these things are affected by what some men have gone through in the hands of the people they thought were good. So the bad people are spoiling things for the good people. That's the second point. Another point is we have these social, so I call it social cultural factor. People would say, I've heard someone say, this girl is good at all things. She's just perfect. Oh, I love to marry her. It's just that they said she's Osu. Now, this is one factor again in our setting that is stopping good girls from getting.
So by Osu, we mean the
people-
tribes that are not associating
Yeah,
with
no, yes,
because of
they are
some
rejected,
ethnic whatever tradition.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Another factor is my brother said the good girl knows this is right and she does it right. This is wrong, she does it wrong. 97% of men don't want a woman that has willpower. They want a weak woman who has no decision so that they can deal with you and you swallow it. So most people we call good girls are people who have been groomed to know that this is right and this is wrong. It shouldn't be done. The men would not go for them because they know that the same woman will rise up and say, I am not going to do this. It is wrong.
Technically, they do not want opinionated women.
No, they want a woman without psychic.
That is very weird. What do you think, Mr. Ariel?
Let me tweak the tempo here.
Okay.
Okay.
Because mine was high.
Probably taking it higher, you know. Probably making it more complex.
Okay.
You know, when it comes to marriage and finding a good man, I would tell people, being good is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Let that sink. Being good is not enough because being good is not all that it takes to find the right man. And I always tell people, I believe in frequency. In discovering or attracting the right kind of man, you need to have discovered yourself as a woman and know how to position yourself to attract that man. So you need to equip yourself. Now, most men, like some girls will say, oh, I'm a good girl. Now they have this expectation of where they place a man that they want. So they take the man high there so that they can give him their good. But those men there have what they're looking for in you. If should in case those men exist. Now they do. There's nothing that you can think in your mind that does not exist.
Mm-hmm.
Now those men are looking for something. Now, should in case I'm a man, a high value man looking for a good girl, trust me, I'm not going to look for a girl that could do things for me that I can pay her for. You see why I say being good is not enough. So people interpret me good girls, she can stay at home and cook, she can clean and do all those things, she's submissive and everything. If I can pay you for marrying you, then I'm not supposed to marry you. So things that you do for me, if I can pay you for them, then I don't need you.
That's merchandise.
Yeah.
Great.
I can go employ people to do that thing for me and I'm fine. So why do I need you? So
Mm.
when it comes to the girls, when I say being good is not enough, is that she has to have the frequency and the energy force that is priceless, that is in line with the man's
Vision,
destiny where he's
yeah.
going to in life.
His vision.
Yes, his vision. So you should be able to align with the man's vision for him to find just a priceless person that he's vital in his life, because he can pay for every other thing else that you think that you possess that makes you a good person. Now that's why most girls don't get those men, because they have all these things and those men come to you, they search, because those men are smart. So they'll take your mind, they ask a question, smart question, they'll take your mind, they find out what the answers you give are not in line with the journey that they are going to.
Mm.
So you need to be able to be prepared, equipped enough for those men to see that you are vital for my journey and I'm vital for your journey. And together we can win at a high frequency that is not found.
But do you believe
layman.
that there are? So do you believe that men like this are quite enough in the society? Because the way you are talking from the aspect of a high value man, and to what I see, I don't see so many high value men in the society. There are quite a few of them, but there are so many high value girls who actually go out there, do something for themselves, create value for themselves, and just like Reverend said, they are not the ones looking to find a husband. Yes, they can attract good men, but sometimes those men will come, just like he said, okay, she's good, she's all that, she's so nice, but she's this. So why exactly would you not be able to look away from that, but she is this? Since every other thing is okay.
Okay, let me use myself for example. It's sad that we live in this world where we have a lack of men, quality men, sadly. But then that doesn't mean that in its entirety there are no quality men that is available for each high value girl out there. But is the girl positioning well to attract him? Now, I myself, I don't mind, I'm saying his life, I don't mind marrying a girl who can't cook, except she's willing and ready and prepared to know how to cook. That willingness to grow, because my frequency is very high. So she's willing to align with me. That's okay for me.
Please, application should start rolling.
Hold on first. Hold on first. Hold on first. Hold on. You really hold on first.
He's a high value man.
Hold on first.
Because
As long as she's willing, that willingness is magic.
Yes.
That thing there is magic. That willingness to grow with me, get better at this. There are girls who said, I'm good and that is it. High value men wants you to keep improving on yourself, because they need to challenge them. What makes them high value is they need to maintain that level and keep growing at that frequency.
So the both of them sharpening
Yes,
each other.
so if she's on a base and she's fundamental and she's shut out there, it will frustrate the man.
So
To pull him a little bit back.
evangelists, are there attributes or are there places that you can find these high value men? So the good girls can at least
Go there.
focus on a place to attract them, because it seems as though the good girls, maybe the location is not they've not gotten the mail. So if we can send a mail to say these are the locations where
They
you
can
find
find
and some people may say church, some people may say this, some people may say that, but are there specific places that you know that you can find these high value men that are also good husband materials for these ladies?
okay. Well, I will just say that men are everywhere.
Mm.
Good men, high-placed men, they are everywhere. But the problem there is that most girls don't know how to position themselves where they need to attract the right man for themselves. You know, will I say in the Bible, Ruth married Boaz, but there was a time Naomi, the madam, told her, you have to go and visit this man. From that visiting, Boaz discovered more of what he is looking for in a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Most time staying in our comfort zone as a woman or maybe as a lady, staying in only your church, your religious places where you worship, you're looking at various young men, you're targeting, I must get this man. You may not see it there. But maybe when you try to sometimes go for wedding ceremonies, birthday parties, there are places you can just strategize yourself, put yourself well, make sure you have gathered a lot of capacities, then position yourself. Good men and quality men must find you.
Okay.
Oh,
So there are certain occasions. So just like you said, birthday parties, it means it's not all birthday
They
parties.
are not all.
So wedding ceremonies, not all
Not
wedding
all.
ceremonies are as well.
Yeah.
So they have to nitpick which one
I have to go.
suits the place they can find the kind of
man.
men
Yeah.
they want.
Because
So what if they have done all this and still at the end of the day, they got married, but to the wrong man?
well,
Reverend Green, what do you think?
I'll first say that the seeker is hidden from the salt because the seeker has been hot. And the salt is hidden from the seeker because the salt has been hot. Most men are looking out for a good girl, but they don't want a girl that will tell them, no, this is wrong. That girl is no longer a good girl. My brother said, Naomi told, what's her name? Ruth to visit Boaz. In these days, when you visit them, you are devoured.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the good girls truly would not accept testing before you marry them. But most of the men we call good in the outside are good, but in the inside they are wolves.
Yeah.
They want a woman to test before marriage. This complication is a function of differences. If the girls have to go for different birthdays to get married, they could go tire. If they will go for weddings to get married, to find a wife in the wedding is finding a stranger. And I'm still standing on that position yourself. See what I believe. A diamond does not float in the water. And the gold is not on the surface of the sand. There's no how you can find iron on the ceiling. Somebody has to dig to find it. And why is this person digging? This person has heard about it. This person wants it. So this person needs it. This person is desperate in getting it. Our girls, go back home. You're good. Thank you. But what's the level of your goodness? Develop yourself mentally. Any girl who has a strong mental health is a hot cake. People are looking for people who are well, not mad people. Beauty is just skin deep. If what a man wants is beauty, he will pay a makeup artist to make you up every morning.
Yeah.
You can cook, it's rubbish. Men like me, when we enter kitchen, women will bow. If good food is all that a man wants, he will resort to the best restaurant to eat. Don't prepare yourself, I'm good, I'm also sexually good. If sex is everything a man wants, there are harlots there who do well more than you do. Wherever you have come from does not matter where you are going. When he was talking, he said, every man is looking for a woman who can navigate him to his destination, whose destination also is going somewhere near. There is no how Ogidi and Asaba can walk the same road. It must be opposite.
Definitely.
So these girls may be good, but their final destination is somewhere opposite. And this man is also good. It will not work for two of them. Let us say, I'm looking for a wife who would join me maybe to do charity works. And I find a woman who is perfectly good, but is not good at giving anybody anything. She wants to secure everything for her husband and her husband's people, which is a good will. You see that this is a good woman and a good man, but their goodness mixing is jamming to become a bad thing. So these good girls who are finding it difficult to have someone come for them, I think you need to measure this your goodness and go back to develop yourself. Bring up the things you have. One of my girls has been good, beautiful and everything, and nobody came for her because she never knew that her position would have brought her a possession. One morning, she just started the Facebook thing. She just wake up in the morning, say something on Facebook. One guy was watching her for 1 year and 6 months. She never failed one day. The guy said, I've been looking for a woman who will be consistent in one thing. Even if she's bad in everything, consistency. The next 3 months, they had wedded, no long stories. Now, this guy didn't give her any business to do. The guy is boosting every of her posts. Just be posting. I love your consistency. Is she not a good girl to the guy who's looking for someone who is good in this? So everybody's goodness is measured in different ways. So if
Okay.
you're still waiting and no good man has come, it's a matter of time. Keep waiting. Don't be desperate. The person that is looking at you may be the good man waiting for the right time to strike. And just keep waiting, keep maturing. When they strike, they will carry you, they go where you know.
Where you know.
let me say something to this because this is a very
Alright.
interesting topic.
Yes.
Because it's gonna help a lot of people.
Okay.
Thank you, Reverend. Thank you, Reverend. Now let me equip our women out there. This good man thing, being the right kind of woman and being a good man thing. Let me tell you guys something. You need to understand how to read energy because in the world we are today, people can imitate anything. So can
Yeah.
fake it and be perfect in it. So if you go by the superficial aspect of your preferences and standard, you will always fall in the hands of the wrong man.
Yeah.
But if you pay attention to energy, he will always give himself away. Just like my Dr. Green here, who also understands human psychology. Find out that if someone is lying and you pay attention, their energy will be giving them away.
Yeah.
Sure.
Negative. You're right.
If someone is faking something, their energy will always give them away. Just like in physics, energy cannot be destroyed, can only be transformed.
Yeah.
But our women are always fooled by aesthetics.
Yeah. Distracted by
So the good
aesthetics.
girls too are
Yes.
also a victim of aesthetics.
Mm.
Right? So if they understand to read energy, they will be on a safer side of the struggle and search or expectation or whatever they are trying to attract. Now, another thing is most times high value men hide in plain sight.
Good.
He's passing you every day, you don't know.
Yeah.
He will be in the plainness of disposition he can be to you that if you are not a woman that's paying attention, he will pass you by. And it's not his fault because he's looking for something. Your ability to pick details and be precise, that's what high value men needs. Every other thing is fine. We'll take care of every other thing thereafter. From a woman. Most of our women are like even the good girls they don't know how to understand details. The big things are not as important as the small things. The small things are even more important. You see, seconds is as powerful as hour in the ticking of time. If the seconds doesn't tick, the hour wouldn't read. So the seconds are in details, are in tiniest form, pam, 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 that the hour has to come and click. And another thing, there's one time, let me tell them a story. A girl met me one day. She liked me, I knew. She wanted to have me. She wanted me to find interest in her and date her. So I had to tell her what I'm expecting from a woman, what I want in a woman. I wasn't trying to be having an unrealistic expectation. A very simple expectation that I was looking for. No, she told me. That is how sad the situation is. Told me, bros, this is the way they find deal. So you just find any girl if you deal with, just deal with them, they manage them, they go. Most women have this mindset because they know the journey of being a woman that a high value man wants is not sweet.
Yeah.
Sure.
Most girls have spread themselves their time away from that opportunity to build that thing. So when you jam one, you try to convince him that you might know they will just take us as we are. And I told her one thing that blew her away. I told her, there are stones everywhere. If I walk down the street, I can kick a stone. If I want a woman, there are a lot of them I can have access to tomorrow. But I'm looking for, like I told you, a girl that has equipped herself that how the things I cannot pay her for. She becomes priceless like gold. So if I'm looking for gold, I told her I have to dig for it.
Yeah.
And I have to tell myself, what does it take to dig for a gold? What is the process? How do I get the gold? Everything is the 2% approach to get the best thing. I said, the high value women or the right kind of woman, a high value man is like seeking for gold. Leave the digging for him, he will do it. If he is gold, he will discover it. So the high value girls that those men are looking for are in that hidden place where they know, just like he said, the man watched a woman for 1 year. That is how they can be consistent. So if our girls understands these things and know that self-discovery,
Yeah.
and another thing I want to say in conclusion to this, I probably may not say anything again after this.
Okay.
Your journey, like I tell people, your souls align in the destination you're going to. Is a soul trajectory thing. But we make highlights to that. If your two souls are moving on the same direction in trajectory wise,
Mm.
it is this thing they call soulmates because you're on the same frequency and trajectory. And I tell people, say, people always rediscover themselves. If you people are in the same destination and have the same vision and goal,
Mm.
know it that you will always rediscover yourself. But if you are this different soul trajectory, the time they start to rediscover themselves, it will frustrate that relationship.
Okay. So I would want to ask Evangelist, what's the influences from the society? Does it also affect the chances of these women finding good partners when it has to do with societal norms, like the time for marriage is, is way going, and the age brackets, the biology, and everything? Does it also affect their chances of getting good men?
That's what exactly I wanted to say to contribute before you put that question. Thank you. You know, time is one of the biggest factor or great factor in of living. Timing. You know, our women or our ladies out there, most of them ignorantly doesn't know the perfect timing for them to get married.
Mm.
Let me just put it like that. Perfect timing for them to get married. I know someone that's a lot of people, she's a good girl. A lot of people are coming to marry her, looking for her hand in marriage. But what happened? This lady normally goes to the pastor because she's confused. Pastor, please help me choose. I will I say is a fear of maybe if
Being
she have
responsible
heard,
for her
yeah,
choice.
maybe she have heard about cases of good people marrying to wrong spouse, then beating them, abusing them in the marriage or the rest of. So because of that, she normally goes to the pastor. Pastor, please choose for me. After everything, she will end up ending that relationship because of the advice of the pastor. And as I'm talking to you right now, the girl is still not yet married. And before you know, time is going. She's growing older as the day goes by. So environmental factor will also contribute. Factor as a personality, you not being able to choose can also contribute because as we are growing, our time is going.
Mm. Okay. So is it the same thing for you too, Reverend?
Well, what he's saying is true. But some part of it gets me hurt. I would say that pastor needs to be given a lawsuit. Our girls need to learn how to make choices for themselves.
Thank you.
And
Exactly.
when you make choice, be responsible for your choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bible said, "He that finds a wife," he did not say he to whom or for whom the pastor has found a wife. I frown at it. Except when it is the choice of the person. I want you to be the one to show me who to marry. It's different. But this factor of you cannot marry anybody I did not approve, as who? As my father, as my mother, or as what? This is domineering psychophantism. It is not proper. Girls, listen, make choice, but make it wisely. Marriage is a forever thing. It's not a contract. Don't jump into marriage with excitement. And don't jump into a marriage because you think the time is late. I know a woman that married at 57, still had a child before she stopped. If menopause is your problem, IVF is a countering of menopause. Even without IVF, Sarah had passed menopause, mono stop, even mono spoil. But yet, yet she had a child.
Yeah.
So I think what we should be thinking of is not about the age and the time going. Like I said, if they have not come, just wait. Check again, reevaluate yourself. Have I been doing enough? If you have not, start doing enough. Me, when I buy a book by any author, after reading, I normally call the author if it's my reach. I send mails. I ask questions. In one occasion, I got an author. He wrote a book, The Enemy Called Myself. After reading the book, I had to go to Enugu to see him. We sat down, we discussed the book. I told him my own opposition, my own criticism. He told me my next edition, it will be put to place. And I took things from it. When I watch some things, I find a way to link people there. I want to know more. If you're watching Honest Insights, be keen at asking questions. Make comments, make demands for further explanations, because we cannot see everything in just a few minutes we have.
Exactly.
Keep watching, because some previous things, subsequent things will answer some previous questions. Most importantly, subscribe, like, share, so that people like you will also see it. But above all, drop in the comment sections your further questions we need to answer.
All right. Thank you so much, Reverend, because this topic has a lot and we might not be able to finish it in just a few minutes. But just like Reverend rightly told us, if you have some questions that you really want answered, you can write them on the comment section, send us a message. We would get back to you. Possibly answer your question in the next episodes. But I feel like we've actually touched this a little bit, and there are some questions that have actually been answered. Thank you so much. There would likely be an episode 2 of this same topic. So make sure you get your questions ready, because we might likely be answering your own question. So thank you so much to you and to the lovely men here on set with us, high value men. Of course, we have Reverend Green. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us these insights. And of course, our high value bachelor. So I hope you heard him say, send your
Application should roll
applications.
to me directly. I'll handle it.
All right, Mr. Ariel. And of course, Evangelist himself. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for giving us a piece of your own insights, because this is Honest Insights Podcast. And I remain your favorite baby girl, Faye Vibes, and I leave you with a kiss.